नहमदुहु नसल्ली अला रसूलिल करीम अम्मा बाद फ़अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम. Dear student, today I want a lecture on SPSS. What role they play in research analysis. Nowadays, SPSS are mostly used by social scientists. SPSS is the abbreviation of statistical package of social sciences. So, this package is particularly used by social scientists. When you want to analyze the data, you will first edit the questionnaire, and then you switch on the computer and press the button of SPSS, and automatically you will see data view and data variable. In data variable, there are different variables you will put in the SPSS, in the data framework. First of all, there are so many characteristics of the data. There is string, there is numerical, there is value, there is label, and there you will see nominal, ordinal, and different type of scales. But particularly there you will use mostly the scale, nominal, as well as ordinal and ratio scale. But in this program, the ratio scale is not present. For example, you have knowledge about the data types. One data which is measured with the help of nominal scale or ordinal scale. In nominal scale, we only put the name, but in ordinal scale, we will compare one sector to another. It is greater than or less than, this is bad or good. So many characteristics we all use there. But these two scale are used for qualitative data. If someone asks you what is qualitative data, you will say that with the help of nominal or with the help of ordinal scale. Which data is measured, it is called qualitative data. But for quantitative data, you will use the ratio scale and the interval scale. So these two types scale are used for quantitative data. When the data is measured with the help of interval scale and ratio scale. We have knowledge about interval scale. There you will put some technique, and you will sometime with the help of balist, you will measure the height of a person. But sometime you will use the scale there, start from 0 and then go on. There are 10 parts in 1, and then in 2, 10 parts are present. And similarly, continuously you go to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You will also, the all unit are divided into 3 parts. So now you have knowledge that qualitative data and quantitative data. For qualitative data, you will also use yes, yeah, no. But for quantitative data, you will use weight scale, kg or meter, etc. Therefore, it is necessary for every student to know the quantitative data and qualitative data. In research, mostly use the both data types, quantitative and qualitative types. So, if the both are used, this is called mixed data. मतलब उसका ये है कि वहाँ पे मिक्स डेटा को हम यूज़ करते हैं. मैक्स का मतलब है कि वहाँ क्वालिटेटिव टूल्स को भी इस्तेमाल किया जाता है और इसके साथ साथ क्वांटिटेटिव टूल को भी इस्तेमाल किया जाता है. सो नाउ यू हैव नॉलेज व्हाट इज SPSS, statistical package of social sciences. You have also knowledge about science. There we use the scientific attitude, particularly in society. So we will conduct the research everywhere in the university as well as in the research sections in Pakistan, which play a great role for development of a country. Through research, we will identify the problem and then we will identify the causes, what factor have created a problem, and then we analyze the different methodology, how to control this problem. So the research used also in medical sciences as well as in physical sciences as well as in social sciences and humanity sciences. So now we come to computer. You have a computer, you have download the SPSS from the net, and now you have program of SPSS. You will press the SPSS, you will first on the computer and then you press the SPSS. You will see data view and variable view. So first you will put the variable in the data frame, and then you put the data of the questionnaire which you have collected from the field. You will put this data in the data framework. After completion of these things, then you will apply different models for analysis. There we have mentioned only few models which are mostly used in social sciences. There is t-test. When we compare the means of some variable with other variable, so we use the t-test. In t-test, there is a simple t-test, there is a independent t-test, and there is a pair t-test. In independent t-test, we will compare different section. For example, one village to other village. And pair t-test, we after and before. First we have not applied the program and now we have applied the program. So first you will check the situation of the before of that village, and after you will when you apply the program, you will also check the situation of after, and then you will compare, and there you will apply the test, and later on when the value come, it is significance or not significance. If we have the confidence level is 0.05, so when the probability is less than 0.05, so we consider it this is significant. But sometimes we use the 1% confidence level. So there when they less than the 1%, then you will see the result as significant. If they more, then we will say that the result is not significant. So you have known about t-test. T-test always used for comparison of mean. There are simple t-test. There are sometimes pair t-test and independent t-test have some assumption. When these assumptions fail, then we apply the Wilkerson sign test. The t-test, the independent t-test and the peer t-test assumption, you have also knowledge about data will be normally distributed. If the data is not normally distributed, then you will not apply the t-test, for example, the independent t-test and the peer t-test. So there sometime we use the regression. There are simple regression and multiple regression and quantile regression. Simple regression, there it is a relationship. Regression is the relation dependent and dependent variable. If there we take some change in the dependent variable, automatically there a change occur in the dependent variable. So this relation is called the regression. But there sometime one variable we use, this is called simple regression. But if we apply more independent variable, then it is called multiple regression. It is the relationship between more. So in more independent variable, automatically you will see the multicollinearity, VIF, as well as there are another assumptions also present. So there are three assumptions, and three assumptions when not fulfilled, then it is impossible you apply the regression model. If this regression model is failed, then you will go to quantile regression model. So now you are clear, there is a logistic regression. Logistic regression is a that regression, there the dependent variable are dichotomous, are multi-variable, are in a group shape, are dinar. So there are three logistic regression model are used: binary logistic regression and multinomial regression, logistic regression, and ordinal logistic regression. In binary logistic regression, there the variable of the dependent variable is mostly 2. But in multinomial, there the variable are more than 2. But in the ordinal logistic regression model, there the variable are more, but they are in the group, greater or less, such type data per dependent variable are used. But there we identify, when we analyze these things and go to the process the data, so there different result will come. There are odd ratio. You have also knowledge about the odd ratio. Odd ratio is a that ratio. It is the relationship between probability of yes and the probability of no. So probability of yes, how much the probability of yes is. So there you have also knowledge that P divided by 1 minus P. So first of all, we check the situation of P. For example, we noted the yes and we count it, and then we divided by total and we find the probability. And we also, when we subtract from 1 the P, automatically the other probability also come. There are two types, then they have a ratio. So when the ratio is equal to 1 or above, it is called there is a positivity between the variable. But if is minus or 0 or minus 2, minus 3, so then there the negative relationship between the variable is present. So now you are clear what is binary logistic regression. So binary logistic regression particularly used in the research, and there we different variable affect the dependent variable, but the dependent variable are more than in 1. So now you are clear what is logistic regression model. Now we come to chi-square test. Chi-square test, it is a association between two variables. If one variable increase, what happen? And what other variable decrease, what happen? So there is a association between the variable and they show the association, either they affect one another or not one another. If one thing is increasing, what happen, and when another thing is increasing or decreasing, what happen? So there we use the chi-square test when there the association between two variables. There are descriptive statistics. You have also knowledge. Descriptive statistics, there are percentage, there are standard deviation, there are so many standard deviation means. These are the descriptive statistics. So we have given a short lecture for the student to read and to listen this video, and they will also learn this thing from the this video, and after learning they will apply in their research. It will play great role for his career in the world, in the country, because with the help of which they will publish the paper, and the paper will be citing on the net through Google or other scientists of the world will cited this paper, and their citation will be increasing, and they also benefit the world. So it is necessary for you to listen this video and learn some lesson from this video, but I also request you that subscribe my channel, because later on when we put the new video, so through this way we will send the video to you. The video will come to you, and you will again read, and you will get the knowledge. You have also knowledge. Data mean information, information mean knowledge, and knowledge is power. If you have knowledge, if you have data, and you have article, through this way you will the king of the society, because through knowledge you will solve different problem of the world. Wassalam.